At this point, let's just be honest. These niggas are stupid. People like Nick Cannon and Cam Newton always love to put on their cherry hats. They like to sit upright like they're the most knowledgeable individuals in the world, without addressing their own elephants in the room. They love to hold up an image of excellence. They rely on the black excellence image for their career and to help push their talking points. But they don't reflect on themselves and their own falsehoods. They love talking about everything and everybody else. But once you put that mirror up, once you tell them to look at their own image, that's when the facade starts to fade. You can literally see the cracks unveiling. And I spoke about this a little bit in my Hypocrisy of the Blackity Black Movement video, where I did address Nick Cannon and his obvious issues. But today, we're going to take a slight look at three people, which is Cam Newton, Dr. Bryant, and Cam's baby mother, Jasmine Brown, with a little bit of Nick Cannon too. What it is, ho, what's up? Now, Cam did a video with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, a psychology expert, a renowned life coach, and a co-producer of Teen Mom Family Reunion. So she does have credentials, but this interview has been going viral all day, and I probably scrolled past it like 5 times before it was sent to me and I finally watched it. If you've been watching my channel, then you know I've made it known that there are certain topics I choose not to digest. And I knew once I clicked on that video, there was gonna be some type of dumbassery, and I was proven correct. Just to make it clear, the interview was awfully cringe, and Dr. Bryant is very patient. I watched the 8 minutes of Dr. Bryant trying to explain to Cam as clear as day and concise as she could why creating a broken home wasn't ideal and how unstable it can be to the parties involved. She explained why she'd never date a man with children, and most importantly, I watched her tell Cam without telling Cam that she would never date a man like him because he was selfish. I'm going to insert the whole viral clip, and if you want to skip it, the timestamp is on the screen.
I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you to
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning?
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from, this is, can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8, okay.
No, baby,
cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about your
to
wife?
bring them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just...
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm gonna go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Oh, let me go better. I'm gonna build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't gonna create a home in them. I'm gonna wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still gonna be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm gonna build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're gonna feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men will what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done, you can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it, okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as?
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children?
My non-negotiable is a person with kids, but yes, I get how you're saying it, yes.
So you cannot date a person, you cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So?
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to.
You're
I gotta correct it, it's my narrative, Cam.
You're jumping in, jumping out, it's either.
Cam. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference, because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids, so I don't wanna put that narrative out there.
Yes.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it, yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point.
But yes. But my point.
My answer is I not only identify that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
yeah,
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I would take
No, not multiple. I'm
well,
talking.
a kid, it doesn't matter.
So you're
I don't
not going to date a man with children?
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you, listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you.
Doc.
Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, I'm happy that this went viral, not because everyone's clocking Cam's ego. Him reiterating the same question over and over again was him trying to ask her if she would date someone like him, a man with a multitude of baby mothers. Her stance was very clear about how she felt, but because she's an attractive woman, it bruised his ego a bit. Like I said, it was a frustrating watch because she kept answering the same question and he kept asking the same questions. And I'm most happy about is how a lot of people are coming together, black men and black women, really acknowledging the fault in men like Cam. A lot of black men grow up without their father, and in many ways it affects them deeply. They may or may not want to acknowledge it, but statistically, growing up without a father for both men and women does have a higher chance in creating a negative impact on their life. Now granted, there could be many reasons for that, like racism in the justice system and violence. A lot of things happen in this system that isn't in favor of the black race, but when you're watching someone like Cam Newton, who has had amazing success in sports and will be remembered as a great football player, he is attractive and affluent, but yet he makes a personal choice to create broken homes to conceal whatever issues he has. It's looked at as selfish because their argument always stems down to being able to afford children. Just because you have money to care for a child doesn't mean you're an active parent. You made a conscious decision to birth a human being with another woman who you don't value enough to be with. That's weird. I can bet that if he asked any of his baby mothers to marry him, they'd all say yes. The response online that I've seen has been relatively the same. We can all agree that creating broken homes just for the sake of just because, it's not okay. Enough people have grown up without a father to understand that it really does take two sometimes.
Do you agree like Nick Cannon and his spreading of his seed?
100%. I agree with him 1,000%.
Oh, but no.
That's how life is supposed to be.
No.
Why not?
Because
he's rich.
No, but this is
no.
See,
hold on,
wait.
Let me finish.
Okay, go on.
He's rich. He's responsible.
Is he?
Yes, he takes care of everyone else's children.
But this is the
and the baby mothers with it, and they hurt for nothing, and they live comfortably.
No, but what about the kids though?
What about them?
Because this is what I mean about men, right? You guys think that just having kids and giving money is enough. But what about the time? No,
he's there for every one of them.
How? There's no way that you can
Are you serious, Nick? He's there for every single one of those kids.
There's no way that you could have...
Yes, it is. I got 9, and I'm there for every one of mine.
So every single time you're at every single recital?
No, that's a white man's thing. Who gives a fuck about a recital?
No.
My job, seriously, my job is to, my job is to raise my kids.
No, but this is...
Hold on.
Go
to
on.
Be responsible.
Yeah.
To be understanding, to protect their mother, to give hand with their father and assist with family planning, and to be responsible adults.
Okay, but what about
my job ain't to be doing all that extra stuff that all these holidays and recitals and all that. Now, guess what? While I'm taking care of my responsibility to make sure the family has a roof over their head and food, if I have the time to do that and show love, yes, I will do that. But my responsibility is to make sure that they grow up responsible, strong, and become a real, input to society.
Yeah, but you're not then, if you're not around them enough to give them
That's false. That's not true. Because communication allows me to be there every day. That's what a FaceTime phone is for.
No, but that's not the same as if
It
you
is the
had...
same.
You know, I've said the saying that the loudest person doesn't speak for everybody in the room, but it's unfortunate that we have so many examples of black men in Hollywood who are affluent, who don't take care of the children the way they need to be taken care of. They think just because they're rich and they have money to give to kids, that that's just enough, that them having their mother is enough, that they don't need to be in a household because it's enough. I do also believe that there is a strong disconnect. Either it's a fear or they feel like they don't need to emotionally connect with their children to be there for their recitals or be there for their holidays or the home games or whatever. Like they just think that just because they talk to them every once in a blue moon and give them money, yeah, I've raised my child. Children aren't accessories, they're humans. In a way, you're treating the children like how you treat the mother. You're emotionally disconnecting from them whenever you please. Having a family unit is extremely important regardless of what the degenerates are doing out here. The real ones know. Like I said though, it does take two, because I also want to point a finger at Jasmine Brown. A lot of times, a woman will say one thing and really do the opposite. Everyone has so much to say about relationships out here, but really pivot towards whatever they feel like is trendy at the moment. One minute Jasmine is a relationship guru, next minute she's a submissive girlfriend.
Pick-me's are women who try to do everything right just so a man can choose me. Yeah, cut that shit out. Cause I'm gonna keep it real with you. Men already know what they want in a woman and who they want. But if you're so nurturing and you're an asset, and it's not you, they'll never tell you to stop doing what you're doing because it's beneficial. And I don't want to hear none of that shit like, oh, I'm just a nice person, I'm genuinely like that. Well, bitch, you gonna genuinely get played.
Submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you, and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. Boy, it is my joy. You know, I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest, you know? So know what that means. And that works for us.
And now she's a baby mama to a rich man.
So if y'all don't know, I'm the third one and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh. Right, couldn't have been me. All right, till the rich put that pressure on you.
Let's be honest, the fact that Cam has money, he is definitely guaranteed options. He has an understanding of that. The problem is that he misconstrues his values. Everybody wants to talk about being a quality man or a high value man, but Cam doesn't even have the comprehension skills to understand that being a functional high value man is being emotionally and mentally stable with a moral compass. He just thinks he's high value because he's rich, and these birdies put him on a pedestal because he's rich. So as much as these girls want to talk about self-love and knowing their worth, they're willing to bend the knee if the price is right. But Dr. Bryant, on the other hand, she doesn't see that fit. Watching that interview, I'm telling you, was like really pulling teeth. I think I only got through like an hour of it because he really cannot keep up with her. She keeps answering the question and he simply has zero understanding of what she's saying. Out of everything, what I'm sure he understood the most was the fact that someone like Cam is not on her radar, and that did mess with his ego. This interview was more like unpacking issues that Cam doesn't want to acknowledge, and she did the same exact thing to Nick Cannon. It was literally the same result, different test subject. Nick Cannon also sat on the couch, giggity, listening to respond but not listening to understand. If you're listening to what Nick Cannon was saying, he understands what he's doing. He does what he does and he knows who he's doing it with. These men aren't stupid. They play with who they can.
That allows you to
I'm
stay
comfortable with my abandonment.
because you are in your dysfunctional norm that you've become comfortable
But
with.
it's worked. It's become a superpower.
But you've learned to survive in it. You're not thriving in that. That's not thriving. You're surviving in that.
Okay.
And so anytime you are surviving and not thriving, there is no cape. There is no superpower. There's no superpower in a lack of mental health. And there's no superpower.
But it's worked for me. Like you said, I mean, you
know why it
you
worked
read
for you?
me well.
You know why it worked for you?
Why?
You know why it worked for you? I'm gonna go there, and it's probably gonna be okay.
Go ahead.
This is what
we wanted to set the first. We got 2 minutes left in our first session.
With all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this. The reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there. who will allow you to do that, Nick. And when I say allow, it's not a control thing. When I say allow, I'm not saying that she sits across you and says, this is what you won't do, you're crossing a boundary. Nick.
I disagree.
Yes.
This is why I disagree. I mean, one, because
because why you gonna make sure, but you gotta go in protection mode too.
But even what I'm saying, because you could say from all the high value women that I've ever
I didn't say high value.
But okay, I'm giving compliments. But I'm just saying
I'm like, wait a minute.
for the people who are even of them being, because first of all,
low functioning woman will allow you to function low with them. Nick, you could not function that low.
So this is
Nick,
everyone's low functioning at some point in their life.
You could not function low with a woman of my functioning, not because I'm superior. Not because I'm superior. Listen to me say this really quick. Not because I'm superior to any other woman, but because I do have leverage. I've been in my field for 17 years, so we get that. But I've done the work, meaning you won't have an opportunity to get hostile with me, and you may want to flee, but fleeing would not get you a payoff with me. Wait a minute.
I'm not the hostile individual.
This is that's my point. Did you hear what you just said? We said the same thing. You would never have the opportunity to get hostile with me.
Yeah, because I control myself.
Hold on. Okay.
I have full control of my, but in your sense, because that's what I'm saying, because even only reason I say what I disagree, because at some point we've all been low functioning.
Yes.
And we have to accept that.
Yes.
So to label that is like, all right, well, at some point everybody's gonna be in their low state. Everybody's gonna be vulnerable. Everybody's gonna feel empty.
But
everybody's
therapy,
gonna yearn something.
Mental health,
and when it comes to relationships, the beauty of a great relationship is where I'm weak, you are strong. So therefore, I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things? Yes, because I'm a man.
Right.
And
but not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And I will take advantage.
All men do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man in a relationship,
not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm gonna do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick, again, law of attraction. We attract who we are despite of who we think we are. You used the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to, because first of all, you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and we all, every time someone meets someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending on the person,
therefore I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else,
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never, and then toxic Nick shows up and you like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but
he done gave me the draws and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low functioning, superficial things that a low functioning woman would fall into.
Church,
women,
that ain't low functioning.
Baby.
Whatever willing participant would play with his ego, he's open for it. And it's the same thing with a lot of these men. Elon Musk has like 11 kids, and not all of the children think he's a good father. Dysfunction is normalized as men being men, when that's not the case. It's men preying on women for their own benefit, even if it looks like they have the world. Then they sit on podcasts and swear they have all the knowledge in the world about women and relationships when they're truly the bottom of the gutter. It's actually crazy that they have a platform to even speak. But the fact is that these guys aren't even mentally equipped to have conversations that aren't surface level. Hence why they zone out, they start laughing, they start making jokes when she's genuinely just trying to speak to them. It really unpacks a lot of what these guys have been running away from, and it shows their true colors. But these are just my thoughts. But I am happy that a lot of people are coming to a collective agreement that this is not okay and this behavior is absolutely crazy. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Toodles.